Hi, this is Marek from Tryb Solo. Today I want to show you a game called 14 Frantic Minutes. The game was sent to me by Crazy Like a Box. Thanks a lot. They will start a crowdfunding campaign to publish this game. I don't have a link to the campaign yet or any date. I will add it to the description of this video later. And I talked about a previous game from Joe Slack, Relics of Raja Vihara, here on my channel. And the games created by Joe, they share, like you can say, the same idea, but they are puzzle games with quite simple rules but very fun gameplay, and the same case is here. In this game you are an engineer working with a brilliant but a little eccentric scientist, and one day you find out that the scientist wants to create a doomsday device, and you and your fellow engineers, you try to stop him. This is a prototype copy, so remember that everything you see in the video may change in the final version. This game is from 1 to 4 players, and the game time is 14 minutes. Just like the name of the game, 14 Frantic Minutes. And you may wonder why it's 40 minutes. Because you have a soundtrack for this game. The link is in the rulebook, and the track lasts exactly 14 minutes. And in 14 minutes you have to solve 7 puzzles, you have to clear 7 rooms in order to win the game. Every 2 minutes the scientist moves 1 room closer to your location, and if at any point he comes to the room you are in, you lose the game. If you manage to finish all the rooms before he gets to you, you win the game. You will use polyomino tiles in order to connect different nodes with a switch on a room cards. The room cards look like a circuit board, and the gameplay is, I can already tell you, the gameplay is very fun. I will show you how to play this game, and then I will come back here and I will tell you my opinion. This is 14 Frantic Minutes prepared to play. This is the first easiest level of the game. In the rulebook you will find setup of more advanced difficulty levels. The level that you choose mostly affects the challenge cards that you will use during your game, and the challenge cards tells you how to clear rooms in order to move forward in the game. So here you have 7 challenge cards. Every time you play the game you will have 7. They will just have different difficulty levels. You have challenge cards from level 1 to level 5. This one is obviously the most complicated one, and you have to clear all 7 to win the game. You will have to do it in only 14 minutes, but I will tell you about the time thing a little later. Every room has a switch and has 5 different nodes in different colors, and every time you have to connect some nodes with this switch. Which nodes you have to connect, the challenge cards tell you that. For example, this first challenge card I have here tells me that I have to connect yellow, this one, and green, this node, to the switch. And when the game starts, I have to take 1 room card from this big pile of rooms. I have to turn up the first challenge card, and I can start. I have 20 polyomino tiles. They look like a little like in a Tetris game, and you have to place them on the room card in order to connect everything. So let me show you. For example, in this room, if I want to connect switch and the yellow and green node, I have to use my tiles. For example, I will put this tile here. You have to see that they are like circuits, and they have different lines, and you have to connect the yellow lines together so they create, you can say, a path. So right now I connected the green node to the switch, and I can continue. For example, I can put this like this. The color of the polyomino tiles doesn't really matter, because when I play solo I use all the 20 tiles I have in this game. when you play with more people, you will split the tiles between them, so that's why they have different colors. And now I can continue. For example, I will put this node here, and for example this one here. So I have connected the switch with green node and with yellow node. Of course, you cannot put tiles like this. They cannot overlap the border, and you cannot put the nodes and the tiles on other things that are printed on the board. You can only put them on the green areas, so you cannot put it like this, for example. And if you manage to clear a room, you put this challenge card face down, you put next challenge card face up, you have to discard this room, you will have to take a new room and continue. So for example, on challenge card number 3 you have 3 nodes to connect, and if you play with, for example, challenge card of level 5, you will have to connect all 5 of them. So the number of nodes and the color of nodes is always different and depends on the challenge cards that are here. And you have to clear all the 7 cards, these 7 rooms during the game to win. On some of the on the challenge cards there are the small tiles. You have 4 of them. You randomly pick 2, and when you enter a room with a bonus tile on top, you can reveal it and then you can use it in your game. There is a card that tells you what every bonus tiles means and how you can use it. You can, for example, deactivate a node, or you can switch a node to different color, you can build a 4-way connector, so they help you with the game. The only thing is that you cannot use the bonus tokens on the 7th and final room. Right now it sounds very easy because you have a room, you have your tiles, and you can think how to connect them together. But the problem is that you have 40 minutes to do it. And how does it work? In the rulebook there is a link to a soundtrack, and there is a, you can say, music piece, a track that lasts more or less 14 minutes. And when you start your game, you have to play this 14-minute long track, and you will hear some music and you will hear some, background noises, but sometimes you will also hear the mad scientist. And when you hear that he's coming or closing to you, you will hear laughter, and you will hear a metal door shut down or close. And then you have to, when you hear him laughing, you have to move him 1 room forward in your direction. And if you are, for example, here in room number 2, and the scientist comes here, and you didn't finish the room, you lose the game. So your task is to finish the rooms before he will catch you. And this is really, you can say, stressful, but also fun, because some rooms are easier to solve and you can finish them in 30 or 40 seconds, but sometimes you will have to think longer. So, and every 2 minutes he comes and gets closer and closer and closer to you. You don't have to use, the rulebook says that you don't have to use the provided soundtrack. You can use, for example, a timer, and set the timer to 2 minutes, and you can progress the scientist every 2 minutes, 1 space to the right. But the soundtrack is fun, the music is fun, and you can feel like in a Mission Impossible type of movie where you have, deactivate circuit or a lock, or disarm a bomb, and the time is ticking. So this is really cool. In the rulebook you have different difficulty levels. So this one is the easiest one, but if you think you are good, you can try a different one. And some of them don't even have the bonus tokens, so you can try different things. You have a lot of room cards, you have 30 of them, and you have a lot of the challenge cards. So if you mix all the room cards with the challenge cards, the replayability is quite good. So this is how you play 14 Frantic Minutes. I played a lot of polyomino games, Project L, Isle of Cats, and they are quite fun. I like this type of puzzle games. So this idea is not new here, but the best part is that you only have 40 minutes to solve all the puzzles here. And this is really fun. This is not a relaxing game. If you want a puzzle game that is, you know, calm and quiet, and you will drink your tea while thinking how to, you know, solve specific puzzles. No, this is not this type of game. This game reminds me of action movies where you have the main, you know, hero of the movie and he has to disarm a ticking bomb, and you know he's standing by the bomb with some scissors, and he's thinking which wire to cut, and the timer is ticking down. You have the same feeling here. Because different rooms, they have different difficulty, you have different challenge cards, and sometimes you are able to solve a room in 30 seconds, but sometimes it takes you more, and you hear the music, and the music goes faster and faster, and you hear the laughter of this mad scientist, and you know that he's closer and closer to your location, and this is really fun. The game is very, as I said, very fast and quick to play. The setup is very fast. It takes, I don't know, maybe 20-30 seconds to set up this game. The gameplay takes 14 minutes. So you can play this game when you have a coffee break, or in the evening if you want, you know, a mental challenge, but you don't have a lot of time. It's really great. I played it alone. I played it with my daughter, and you know, she loves it as well. She loves polyomino games, and this one is fun as well for her. When I first read the rulebook that was sent to me by the, you know, author of this game, I thought, okay, you have, you know, polyomino tiles, and you have this room tiles, the room cards, and you have to put the polyomino tiles to you know, connect the nodes with the switch. Nothing really special. But when you play this game and you have this this music, and you hear this music, and you have this timer and it's ticking down, it's very fun. The game is very fast to learn. The rulebook is not long. You can learn how to play it in 5 minutes maximum, and I like the games created by Joe Slack. As I said before, Relics of Raja Vihara, similar, not gameplay, but similar idea, that you have you have easy rules but fun gameplay, and you don't have to fight with the rulebook. You can just focus on the game. The replayability in this game is very good. You have 30 room cards, you have a lot of challenge cards, and you shuffle everything together, and you know, all the combinations and options with different rooms have different challenges. There are a lot of options and combinations to play it. You have a lot of difficulty levels that you can, you know, use. If you think that the challenge is too easy for you, you can adjust the difficulty level. So it's really fun. If you like puzzle games, abstract games, and especially games with polyomino tiles, this one is really fun. And check out this link about this game that I add to the description of the video, and visit me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Subscribe to my channel, and if you like the video, click like button, and thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.